it's just a cloud in your mind. Every distraction. And don't worry if it scares you. If your dream doesn't scare you a little, you're not dreaming big enough. Down to match your current reality. Instead, raise your standards to match the dream. Let it challenge you. Let it stretch you. That's how you grow. Now, some people hesitate to write down their dream because they're afraid of what it means. Because writing it down feels like commitment. Like now they'll have to actually do something about it. And that's exactly the point. Writing it down puts you in the driver's seat. It says, I'm no longer waiting for life to happen to me. I'm about to make it happen. So take a moment, get quiet. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Not what sounds impressive. Not what's practical. Not what other people expect. What do you want your life to look like? In your health, your work, your relationships, your purpose. Get clear, get bold, and write it down like your life depends on it. Because the life you want absolutely does. Once it's on paper, everything changes. You've declared war on distraction. You've said yes to your potential. Now you've got something real to chase, something worth protecting, something to get out of bed for. And from this point forward, every action you take, every hour you manage, will either honor that dream or betray it. So write the dream, own it, and get ready to build it. Number 4, turn big goals into small daily wins. Now that your dream is out in the open, written down and staring back at you, the next step is turning it into something you can actually work on. Because dreaming big is good, but dreaming without doing, that's just fantasy. And here's the mistake most people make. They look at the mountain and get overwhelmed. They see how far they have to go, how big the goal is, how much time it might take. And instead of moving, they freeze. But success doesn't come from huge leaps. It comes from small wins stacked day after day. That's the secret. That's how people build something incredible. One focused, consistent step at a time. You don't write a book in a weekend. You write 1 page a day. You don't get in shape in a week. You wake up every morning and put in the work. You don't launch a business overnight. You take the first action, then the next, and keep building brick by brick. So take that dream you wrote down and break it down. Ask yourself, what does progress look like today? Not this month, not this year. Today, what's one action? Just one. That would bring you 1 inch closer. Because if you can win today, and then win tomorrow, and the day after that, momentum takes over. And once momentum shows up, it's game over for excuses. You see, big goals can be paralyzing, but small goals are energizing. They're doable. They give you a target, and they give you a win. And let me tell you something. Progress is addictive. When you finish something that matters, even if it's small, you build confidence. That confidence turns into belief. That belief turns into action. And action becomes results. Here's how to do it. Every morning, look at your dream and ask, what's the next small move? Then write and commit to it. Maybe it's writing 300 words. Maybe it's 30 minutes in the gym. Maybe it's reaching out to 1 new person. Whatever it is, don't go to bed without getting it done. Your daily win becomes your standard. It's no longer a maybe. And don't confuse simple with easy. Small actions still take effort. You'll still have to fight off distractions, laziness, and doubt. But that's where discipline comes in. And once you train yourself to win each day, you'll start to notice something powerful. You're not chasing your dream anymore. You're building it piece by piece, day by day, quietly, steadily, confidently. So stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop staring at the mountain. Focus on the next step in front of you. Crush that step. Then take another. That's how goals get real. That's how dreams become results. 1 small daily win at a time. Number 5, own your morning before the world interrupts it. If you want to reclaim your time, if you're serious about building a future that matters, then you've got to take control of your mornings. Because once the day starts, once the messages come in, the noise turns up, and everyone else starts pulling on your time, it's too late. You're not running the day anymore. The day is running you. That's why mornings matter. It's not about being a morning person. Forget that. It's about strategy. It's about intention. It's about taking those first quiet moments of the day and using them to create momentum. You don't need a perfect routine with incense and smoothies and sunlight hitting your face at the perfect angle. What you need is ownership, a plan, a set of actions that put you in charge before the world gets a chance to interrupt. Because let's be honest, most people wake up and immediately hand their day away. They reach for their phone, check messages, scroll social media, and start reacting to everything. That's not control. That's chaos. And chaos doesn't build dreams. It destroys them. You need space to think, space to move, space to grow before the demands come in. So here's what owning your morning really means. It means waking up with purpose, not dragging yourself out of bed with dread, but rising with a mission. It means starting the day with habits that serve your. Read something that sharpens your thinking. Move your flow. Write down your priorities. Visualize the person you're becoming. Set your mind, your body, your energy in the direction you choose. You don't need 2 hours. You don't need perfection. Even 30 focused minutes can change the tone of your entire day. Because how you start is how you continue. If you begin with clarity, you carry clarity. If you begin with discipline, you carry discipline. And that carries into your work, your conversations, your decisions, everything. Mornings are where champions are made, not because of what they do when the spotlight's on, but because of what they do before the world wakes up. That's when routines are built. That's when confidence is sharpened. That's when the mental edge is earned. And yes, it'll take effort. You have to go to bed earlier. You might have to fight the urge to snooze, but the trade-off is massive. You're exchanging grogginess and guilt for clarity and momentum. You're trading mindless scrolling for purposeful action. That's how winners live, not by chance, but by choice. So tomorrow morning, don't wake up like it's just another day. Wake up like your future depends on it, because it does. Don't wait for motivation. Build your morning routine like a machine that works whether you feel like it or not. You don't have to control the whole day. Just start by owning the first hour, and the rest will follow. Number 6, build a routine that works even on your worst days. Anyone can have a great day when they feel motivated, when everything's going right, when energy is high, when the mood is strong. Sure, it's easy to be productive then, but life doesn't work like that every day. There will be mornings you wake up tired, days when you don't feel like doing anything, moments when your motivation is nowhere to be found. And that's exactly why you need a routine, not just for the good days, but especially for the bad ones. A solid routine isn't built on emotion. It's built on decision. It's not something you try to do when you feel up to it. It's something you do no matter what. That's the key. That's the difference between those who move forward and those who stay stuck. Winners don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems. Systems they trust. Systems that carry them through the days they want to quit. So what does this look like? It means designing a daily routine so simple and clear that even at your worst, you can still show up and get the essentials done. Not 20 complicated steps, not a perfect checklist, just a few powerful actions that move you forward. Your routine should be light enough to carry on a heavy day, but strong enough to keep your momentum alive. Let's say you normally read, write, and exercise in the morning. On a rough day, you might not feel like doing any of it. But with a locked-in routine, you still read for 5 minutes, stretch for 10, and journal 1 page. That may not seem like much, but it's everything, because doing something is always better than doing nothing. And more importantly, it keeps your identity intact. You're still the person who shows up. You're still the person who does the work, and that builds self-respect. This is how real progress is made, not by perfection, but by consistency, by refusing to negotiate with your excuses, by doing the work regardless of how you feel. And here's the secret. When you show up on the hard days, you build a different kind of strength. You develop grit. You prove to yourself that you can be counted on, and that confidence. That's the foundation of a new life. So stop trying to create the perfect day. Build the routine that can survive the imperfect ones. Design it, write it down, follow it. Make it so familiar, so natural, that your body and mind know exactly what to do, even when your motivation is gone. That's the real win. Because once your routine becomes non-negotiable, your progress becomes unstoppable. Don't chase motivation. Build structure, build rhythm, build a routine that works when life doesn't. That's how you keep going. That's how you separate yourself from the crowd. That's how you make sure your dream stays alive, even when your energy doesn't. Number 7, learn to say no and mean it. If you're serious about mastering your time, there's one word you have to start using more often. No, it's short, simple, and powerful. But for most people, it's one of the hardest things to say. Not because they don't want to, but because they're afraid. Afraid of offending someone. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of missing out. And so they say yes to everything. Every invite, every request, every distraction, and then wonder why they have no time left for themselves. But let's make one thing clear. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you're saying no to something that is important. Every yes to a random distraction is a no to your goal. Every yes to someone else's agenda is a no to your progress. You only get 24 hours a day. You can't buy more. So if you don't protect your time, someone else will spend it for you. You've got to stop being the default answer to everything. You don't owe anyone your time. You don't have to explain yourself. No is a complete sentence. And saying it with clarity doesn't make you selfish. It makes you focused. People will respect you more when they know your time has value. You're not here to please everyone. You're here to build something real. Start by getting clear on your priorities. When you know what matters most, it becomes easier to spot what doesn't. That random phone call in the middle of your focus time. No, that social event you don't care about, but feel pressured to attend. No, that extra task that's not aligned with your vision. No, you're not being rude. You're being responsible. Now I get it. Saying no isn't always easy, especially when it's to people you care about. But here's the truth. If someone gets offended because you're protecting your time, they were never respecting it to begin with. And if you keep bending your schedule to fit everyone else's life, you'll wake up one day with a full calendar and an empty dream. Your time is your responsibility. Your focus is your fuel. And every boundary you set is a step closer to becoming the person you were meant to be. You don't need to explain, justify, or apologize for choosing your goals. Let your results speak louder than your excuses. So practice it. Say it out loud if you have to. No, I can't make it. No, that doesn't work for me. No, I've already committed to something important. Even if that something important is time blocked for you to work in silence, it matters. Your future matters from this point forward. Treat your time like it's gold. Because once it's spent, it's gone. Be bold. Be clear. Say no with confidence. And every time you do, you say yes to your dream. Number 8, stop multitasking and start finishing. Let's kill one of the biggest lies in productivity: multitasking. Somewhere along the way, people started wearing it like a badge of honor. I can do 5 things at once. Sounds impressive, right? Until you realize that doing 5 things halfway is not the same as finishing one thing fully. Multitasking doesn't make you faster. It makes you scattered, sloppy, and mentally drained. If you want to master your time, you need to stop multitasking and start finishing. Think about it. How many times have you started something, got halfway through, jumped to another task, and then another, only to look up hours later with nothing actually done? That's not productivity. That's motion without progress. You're moving, but you're not advancing. You're working, but you're not winning. Real progress comes from focus, not partial effort. Deep focus. The kind of focus where your brain locks in, distractions fade away, and you get into the zone. That's when the real work happens. That's when you get results you can feel. But to get there, you have to commit to one thing at a time. Not everything, just one. This means when you sit down to write, you write. You're not checking emails, texting, or halfway watching a video in the background. You're all in. You give it your full mind, your full energy. You don't stop until you finish. And when you finish, you move to the next. Not before, not during, after. Multitasking breaks your focus into tiny pieces. It pulls your attention in 5 directions, and none of them get the best of you. But when you focus on finishing, really finishing, you gain something powerful. Every completed task gives you a small win, and that win fuels your next one. You start stacking completions. You start trusting yourself. Your confidence grows because now you're not just busy, you're productive. And don't confuse urgency with importance. Just because something's loud doesn't mean it deserves your attention. Notifications, emails, interruptions, they all scream for you. But your job is to protect your attention like a gatekeeper. Because whatever gets your focus controls your time. And whatever controls your time controls your life. So here's the challenge. Pick one thing. Just one. Block out the noise, close the tabs, silence the phone, and get to work. See it through. Finish what you start. Then pause, breathe, and choose the next. That's how you build a productive day. One finished task at a time. You don't need to juggle. You need to complete. You don't need to look busy. You need to be effective. So drop the multitasking myth. Leave it behind with all the other time-wasting habits. From now on, choose focus over frenzy. Choose completion over chaos. Because the people who get ahead, they don't do more at once. They do what matters, one thing at a time, and they finish it. Number 9, use focus blocks to get more done in less time. Let me tell you something. Most people never realize you don't need 10 hours a day to change your life. You need 2 hours of pure, undistracted, locked in focus. That's it. Not multitasking. Not half working with your phone buzzing every 5 minutes. I mean real focus. The kind where it's just you, your goal, and nothing else. That kind of focus, done consistently, is a game changer. And the best way to make it happen? Focus blocks. A focus block is simple. It's a set period of time where you shut out the world and go all in on one task. No distractions, no switching, no checking anything. Just you and the mission, whether it's 25 minutes, 45 minutes, or a full hour. The key is intensity, not duration. When you train yourself to work like that, you'll be shocked by how much progress you can make in a short time. Here's why it works. Most people are in a constant state of shallow work. A little here, a little there. Answer an email, check social media, type a few words, get distracted again. That kind of scattered rhythm destroys your momentum. It wastes mental energy every time you have to refocus. But with a focus block, you bypass all of that. You get into a flow state, and that's where the real results live. To start, choose one important task. Set a timer. 30 minutes is a great place to begin. Put your phone in another room. Close all tabs except the one you need. Let people know you're unavailable. Then start. Don't overthink it. Just go. You'll feel resistance at first. That's normal. Your brain is used to being overstimulated, but within minutes, something clicks. You lock in. Time starts to fly. And when the timer rings, you'll look up and realize you got more done in that short burst than you usually do in an entire distracted afternoon. And here's the magic. When you repeat this daily, everything changes. Your to-do list shrinks faster. Your stress drops. Your confidence rises. Because now you're not just working, you're producing. You're training your mind to go deep, to stay locked in, and to create results with intention. You don't need to be chained to your desk for 12 hours. You just need focused time that matters. 2 or 3 solid blocks a day are enough to move the needle. You can build a business, write a book, learn a skill, or get in shape, all within focused blocks that compound over time. So stop measuring your productivity by how long you worked. Start measuring it by how deeply you worked. Create your focus blocks. Protect them like gold. Show up for them with discipline and watch how your time bends in your favor. This is how high performers get ahead. Not by doing more, but by going deeper. Now it's your turn. Number 10, track your progress like your future depends on it. Let's make something clear. If you're not tracking, you're guessing. And guessing is no way to build it. If you want to get serious about your time, your growth, and your results, then you've got to measure what you're doing every single day. Because what gets tracked, it gets improved. Think about it. You wouldn't run a business without knowing your income and expenses. You wouldn't train for a marathon without tracking your miles. So why are you treating your life, your goals, and your time like a casual hobby? This isn't a game. This is your future. And if you want to see progress, you have to see the numbers. Tracking gives you clarity. It removes the emotion and shows you the truth. Maybe you felt productive today, but what did you actually finish? Maybe you thought you stayed focused, but how much time did you lose to distractions? Tracking removes the fog. It turns vague effort into concrete awareness. So here's the habit. At the end of each day, take 5 minutes and write down what you accomplished. Not what you planned, not what you hoped to do, what you actually did. Did you finish that focused work session? Did you hit your morning routine? Did you follow through on your daily habit? Log it. Now, this doesn't mean you need a fancy system or expensive app. A notebook will do just fine. What matters is consistency. Track your wins. Track your time. Track the promises you make to yourself and whether you kept them over time. This creates a powerful record. You start to see patterns. You see what works and what doesn't. You see where you're slipping and where you're gaining ground. And here's something else. Tracking builds integrity. Because when you know you'll have to write it down at the end of the day, you start holding yourself to a higher standard. You stop letting yourself off the hook. You start acting like someone who's in charge of their results. And that's when your confidence goes through the roof. Look, this isn't about perfection. You're going to have off days. You're going to mess up. But when you're tracking, those days don't become your default. They become your feedback, and feedback is fuel. You don't quit because you stumbled. You adjust, you tighten up, and you keep moving forward. Success isn't random. It's built, tracked, reviewed, and improved. Day by day, week by week. That's how real progress happens. So if you're tired of spinning your wheels, tired of wondering why things aren't moving, then stop guessing and start tracking. Don't treat your dream casually. Treat it like it matters. Track your progress like your future depends on it, because it does. And once you start doing that, you'll realize you were never as far off track as you thought. You just weren't measuring the journey until now. Number 11, protect your energy like it's gold. You can have the best plan in the world, the clearest goals, the most dialed in schedule. But if your energy is drained, none of it will matter. Time without energy is like a car without fuel. You might have a full tank of hours, but if you're running on fumes mentally, emotionally, or physically, you're not going anywhere. That's why mastering your time isn't just about planning your calendar. It's about protecting your energy like it's gold, because it is. Your energy is your engine. It's the force behind your focus, your attitude, your discipline. When your energy is high, everything feels easier. You think clearer, you execute better, you stay resilient longer. But when your energy is low, even simple tasks feel overwhelming. You second guess yourself. You start slipping. You lose momentum. So the question isn't just where is my time going?
All right, thank you.
It's also what's draining my energy.
I just wanted to show you. I just want to show you what I listen to. I'm listening. I'm writing. I'm calculating. I'm working. So when you see the person's progress, you won't ask, is he is lucky or she's lucky? I just want to tell you that you can work. Just keep working. Just keep thinking. Just keep calculating. Keep pushing yourself. Even when you are not ready, just keep pushing yourself. At the end, there's a glory at the end. The major thing is that you are learning. The learning is a major key to your growth. Did you learn something today? What are those things that are distracting me? What are those things that are distracting me? I've been playing with my system, doing some test run on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook. Just discovered now that I can even be on YouTube, I can be on Facebook at the same time without a particular app, you know? All right. Let me keep doing my test run. God bless you all.